today's recipe, we're going to be making a tomato and sourdough soup. It's taken out of this Jerusalem cookbook. If you're interested, my mom gave me this for Christmas. We went to Jerusalem a few years back, and she made these cute little tabs with pictures from our trip. So there's me eating and whatnot. So for the soups, there's more like pictures. I got baptized. Ayo. For the soups, we're going to be making this tomato and sourdough soup. I have never made any sort of recipe from this book because I'm always missing some sort of ingredient and I want it to be the most authentic to the recipe. And luckily for all of us, I went to the store and I have purchased all of these. Well, some I had, but I purchased the missing ones. So here we go. I'm going to share a little secret with you guys that I do literally all the time. When I cut onions or vegetables for that matter, I cut back the layers and I save them. Like these things, you're going to throw them away anyway, but I like to keep a little plastic bag in my freezer and I fill it up with all of these little scraps. And I'll explain a little later why, but basically you can make your own like wasteless soup. I firmly believe that knowing how to cut vegetables, especially onions, is a very important life skill. However, I don't think I do it correctly, so if you want to learn how to cut an onion properly, I suggest watching a different YouTube video. To either a medium saucepan or in my case a Dutch oven, we're going to go ahead and add our 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to crank up that heat to a medium to low temperature. Once our oil is heated, we're going to go ahead and add our entire finely chopped onion right into that saucepan. I don't know why voiceovers are so hard, guys. Just put the onions in there. It'll be good. And now we're going to saute, stirring off in our onions. We're going to wait until those bad boys are translucent. And then once those are done, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and 2 cloves of garlic. I didn't have any, I just had this jar, and I was struggling so bad to open that. I mean, look at her. Poor little Mariana. She got it though. Next step is to add the vegetable broth. So you can add a few cups of this guy, just like a store-bought one, or if you saved your vegetable scraps, like I tend to do, I just put carrots and celery and onions and garlic and whatever else I have. So I just save the scraps, I put it in the freezer, and then once my bag is full, kind of like this, then I just saute the vegetables a little bit and add a whole bunch of water, put a little bit of like cumin and salt and pepper, and then you have your own vegetable broth. So this is one I made just yesterday, so you can see it like separates a little bit, but I'm going to be using this homemade one for my soup. So whether you choose to use store-bought vegetable broth or homemade one, go ahead and just pour yourself 3 cups of that bad boy right into your saucepan. Next we're going to add 4 ripe tomatoes, chopped, and 1 14-ounce can of store-bought diced tomatoes. Just plop it right in there. Beautiful. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of superfine sugar and about the same amount of salt. Next, a dash of pepper, just put it all in there. And we're going to give it a little mix. We're going to bring the soup to a gentle simmer and cook for about 20 minutes. So let's talk sourdough, because this recipe is asking for sourdough in the soup itself. Normally since quarantine started, oh, here's my face. I have been making sourdough every single week. I have my own starter, But I have been a bad mother, and she went past fermentation. She is an alcoholic, so I can't use that starter to make sourdough. I mean, I could use yeast, but like, nope, it's not authentic. So for the first time in months, I bought sourdough bread. You can pick up any sourdough bread that you have at your local store. Anyone's gonna be fine. We're basically just gonna get little pieces, little torn pieces. Oh, hi buddy. Yeah, he's ready to cook too. I forgot what I was saying. Whatever, just get bread. Go ahead and grab yourself either 1 or 2 slices of sourdough bread and just toss it right into your soup. This is gonna make your body more hearty. Your body, the body of the soup. I mean your body too. You're gonna be thick if you eat a lot of soup. Once your thicky soup has been simmering for about 20 minutes, go ahead and add your 2 tablespoons of finely chopped cilantro. And for this next step, we're going to blitz or blend our soup. We want to break down the tomatoes and the bread chunks. Oops. But you still want it to have some sort of like body. If it's too thick, you can go ahead and add water. I had to do that just so it wasn't like salsa. Oops. And here I'm cleaning the camera. To anybody who's like a film person or who does photography, I'm sorry. Ah, that's hot. Tastes like warm salsa. It's not bad. It's just warm salsa. You could eat this soup just by itself. What I chose to do was I paired it up with some grilled zucchini that I had made previously, just with some Italian seasoning. And I also warmed up some sourdough bread with some garlic butter, and that was so good. I just put that right in the saucepan, let it get crispy. The cookbook said to add a little drizzle of olive oil just to finish it off, which I did. And overall, this dish was so flavorful. It was so tasty. It's definitely something that I would try again. It was super easy to make. As you can see, it's like a little chunky, but it's very filling. It also said that the serving size made about 4 cups, but as you can see, these were my leftovers. So you can definitely pair it up with something else, and you can freeze it, you can warm it up for later, whatever you want. It was super easy, like I said, cheap, delicious. If you like this video, it's YouTube, you know what to do. If you tried this recipe, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see any other specific recipes, go ahead and email notyourgmoshouse@gmail.com. Did I say Gmail us? Anyway, bye!